Folks, I talk to people every single day who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They are drowning in money stress, worried about the next bill, and wondering if they will ever get ahead. They see wealth as some far-off dream meant for other people, not for them. But I'm here to tell you that this is a lie. Building wealth is not a mystery. It is a roadmap. It is a set of simple, common-sense steps that anyone, and I mean anyone, can follow. You don't need a fancy degree or a six-figure income to start. You just need a plan and the will to follow it. This guide is your plan. It lays out 4 clear levels to walk you from where you are today to a place of financial peace. Forget the get-rich-quick schemes and the complicated Wall Street jargon. We are going back to basics with a beginner's roadmap that actually works. The journey is broken into 4 manageable stages. Before you can build wealth, you have to stop the bleeding. You have to build a solid foundation to stand on. This first level is all about creating stability. It's about getting a clear picture of what's happening with your money so you can tell it where to go. Stability means knowing your income, knowing your expenses, and having a small buffer between you and life's little emergencies. Without a stable base, progress can be wiped out by a single flat tire or an unexpected medical bill. This is where you draw a line in the sand. The very first action is to create a simple, written budget. The B word can sound scary, but it's just a plan for your money. Use a piece of paper, a notebook, or a simple app on your phone. Write down every dollar you expect to earn this month. Before the month begins, give every dollar a name. Assign each dollar to a category: housing, utilities, food, transportation, giving, and so on. A budget is not about restriction, it is about permission. It lets you spend without guilt because you planned for it. If stability is the foundation, then debt is the anchor weighing you down. High-interest debt is a wealth-destroying monster. Credit cards, personal loans, payday loans. It quietly eats away at your income every single month, making it nearly impossible to get ahead. The goal of this second level is to attack your debt with gazelle-like intensity. You need to get angry at your debt. You need to see it for what it is: a thief that is stealing your future. Getting out of debt is not a math problem, it's a behavior problem. It requires focus, sacrifice, and a commitment to freedom. Your first step is to face the enemy. List all of your debts, excluding your mortgage for now. Write them down from the smallest balance to the largest. Don't worry about the interest rates just yet. Use the debt snowball method: momentum and motivation. Seeing that first small debt get wiped out will light a fire in you and give you the encouragement you need to keep going. This list gives you a clear target. You can't defeat an enemy you can't see. Now you see it. Create your attack plan. Keep making minimum payments to stay current. Throw every extra dollar you can find at the smallest debt. Work extra hours, sell things you don't need, or cut your budget to the bone. When the smallest debt is paid, roll that total payment onto the next debt. The debt snowball builds into an avalanche that crushes debts one by one. Quick win. Take immediate action for the next 30 days. Make one extra payment on the smallest debt today. Even an extra $25 or $50 is a declaration of war. Cut one more expense and send that money straight to debt. Shift from passive victim to active warrior. You are happening to your debt now. The feeling of paying off that first debt is a taste of freedom you will never forget. Once you have broken the chains of consumer debt and built a solid emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, you are finally ready to start building real wealth. This is the exciting part. This is where you make your money start working for you, instead of you always working for your money. Investing is the process of putting your money into things, called assets, that have the potential to grow in value over time. People get intimidated by this step, but you don't need to be a Wall Street genius to be a successful investor. Keep it simple. Be consistent. Have a long-term perspective. The first step is simply to educate yourself on the basics. You don't need to become an expert overnight. Start by learning about simple, proven investment options. For most people, this means focusing on good, growth stock mutual funds offered through tax-advantaged retirement accounts. Think of accounts like a 401k if your employer offers one. a Roth IRA that you can open on your own. These are just containers that hold your investments and give you special tax breaks. Inside these accounts, you will want to own a mix of mutual funds, which are baskets of stocks that provide instant diversification. Now it's time to take action. The most important thing you can do is start. Don't wait for the perfect time to invest, because it doesn't exist. Section 5. After all your hard work of getting out of debt and building investments, you have something valuable. You have assets. You have a growing nest egg. The final level of this wealth-building journey is about protecting that harvest. A single unexpected life event, a lawsuit, a major illness, a premature death, can undo decades of diligent saving and investing if you are not properly prepared. This step isn't as exciting as watching your investments grow, but it is just as crucial. Building a fortress around your wealth ensures that you and your family are secure, no matter what life throws your way. The cornerstone of wealth protection is having the right kinds of insurance in place. Insurance is a tool for transferring risk. You pay a small, predictable premium to an insurance company, and in exchange, they agree to cover a large, unpredictable loss. You need to make sure you have adequate coverage in several key areas: health insurance, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, renters insurance. These are the basics that protect you from the most common financial disasters. Don't ever think you are saving money by being underinsured. It is a foolish risk that can cost you everything. Beyond the basic coverages, you need to consider life insurance, disability insurance. I recommend term life insurance, which is very affordable and covers you for a specific period or term. You should have a policy that is 10 to 12 times your annual income. This ensures that if something were to happen to you, your family could pay off all debts, including the house, and have enough money to live on. Long-term disability insurance is also critical, as it protects your greatest asset, your ability to earn an income. As you walk through these 4 levels, there are a few simple, timeless rules you need to live by. These aren't suggestions. They are the laws of building wealth. If you follow them, you will win. If you ignore them, you will struggle. They are the guardrails that will keep you on the path to financial peace. Even when life gets complicated or temptations arise, engrave these rules on your heart and in your mind. They are the principles that separate those who build lasting wealth from those who are always just getting by. Think of them as your personal financial constitution. The first and most important rule is to pay yourself first. This means that before you pay any bills, before you buy groceries, and before you spend a dime on anything else, you set aside money for your future. This is done by automating your savings and automating your investing. When your paycheck hits your account, a portion should automatically transfer to your emergency fund or your retirement accounts. This discipline ensures that you are always prioritizing your long-term goals. Most people save what is left after spending. Wealthy people spend what is left after saving. It is a fundamental shift in behavior that changes everything. The second rule is to live on less than you make. This sounds like simple, old-fashioned common sense, because it is. You will never get ahead if your outgo is greater than your income. Creating and living on a written monthly budget is the tool that makes this rule a reality. It forces you to be intentional with your spending and to make conscious choices that align with your goals. Living below your means creates a margin or a gap between what you earn and what you spend. This margin is the raw material for building wealth. It is the money you will use to attack debt and invest for the future. The final set of rules revolves around your habits and mindset. You must automate your good financial habits. Use automatic transfers for saving and for investing, and even for extra debt payments. This removes emotion and forgetfulness from the equation. You must also make a pact to avoid high-interest debt like the plague. If you use a credit card, you must have the discipline to pay it in full every single month, without exception. And lastly, you must commit to being a lifelong learner. Read books, listen to podcasts, stay curious. The more you learn about personal finance, the more confident and capable you will become. Talking about building wealth is one thing, but taking action is what creates results. I want you to have a clear, step-by-step plan to follow starting today. The next 90 days can be a turning point in your life. If you commit to this plan, you will build incredible momentum and see real, measurable progress. You will prove to yourself that you can do this. This isn't a vague wish. This is a concrete plan of action. Tear this page out, stick it on your refrigerator, and get to work. Your future self will thank you for the sacrifices you are about to make. Your first 30 days are all about laying the foundation of stability. On day 1, you will sit down and write your very first budget. Track all of your income. Plan where every dollar will go. For the next 30 days, you will track every expense to see where your money is truly going. During this month, your mission is to find at least 2 small expenses to cut from your budget. Take that newly found money and use it to start your 1-month emergency fund. The goal by day 30 is to have a working budget, a growing starter emergency fund. Your next 30 days, from day 31 to day 60, are focused on beginning your assault on debt. Your first task is to make your debt snowball list, ordering your debts from smallest to largest. With your budget tightened from last month, you should have some extra cash to throw at that smallest debt. Make at least 1 extra payment. While you are doing this, continue to add to the emergency fund. Your goal is to keep building it until it reaches a full 3 months of essential expenses. In your final 30-day block, from day 61 to day 90, you will begin planting seeds for the future and protecting your progress. If you are debt-free, besides the mortgage, it's time to open that investment account. Open a 401k. Open a Roth IRA. Set up a small automatic monthly transfer. At the same time, you are going to review your insurance. Make sure you have basic coverage for health, auto, home. If you have a family, get a quote for term life insurance. By the end of these 90 days, you will have a budget, a solid emergency fund, a plan to kill debt, and your first investments working for your future. Sometimes, when you're buried in debt and stress, it's hard to believe that change is possible. You might read these steps and think, that's great for other people, but my situation is different. I don't make enough money. I'm too far behind. Let me tell you about Anna. When I first heard from her, she was a single mom working a modest paying job, feeling completely overwhelmed by her finances. She had a few $1,000s in credit card debt, a small car loan, and absolutely no savings. Every month was a struggle just to make ends meet, and the worry was eating her alive. Anna decided she had had enough. She was tired of the fear and the anxiety. She started with the very first step. She got a simple notebook, and for 1 entire month, she wrote down every penny she spent. She told me it was an eye-opening and painful experience. She discovered she was spending over $50 a month on vending machine snacks and on subscriptions to streaming services she barely used. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was a leak. She immediately canceled the subscriptions and started packing her own snacks for work. That was her first victory. She opened a separate savings account and put the $50 right into it, starting her emergency fund. The next month, she found another $50 by planning her meals more carefully. She made an extra payment on her smallest credit card. Within a few months, seeing that balance shrink gave her power. She paid it off completely. She rolled the payment to the next debt. A year later, she was consumer debt-free, had 3 months saved, opened a Roth IRA, and invested $100 a month. Anna's income never changed. Her life didn't get easier. What changed was her behavior. She followed the steps. She started small. She was consistent. She is proof that this plan works for ordinary people. We have walked through the 4 essential levels of building wealth stability: debt elimination, investing, protecting. This is not a complex formula. It is a simple, straightforward ladder that you can climb 1 step at a time. The journey begins with the foundational act of telling your money where to go with a written budget. Build a buffer with an emergency fund. Attack debt with incredible focus. Consistently invest for the long term. Secure it all with proper protection. This roadmap works because it addresses your behavior with money, not just the numbers on a page. Quick wins and small victories. First 30 days. First 90 days. They prove to you that you are in control. That feeling of control is the spark that will ignite your entire financial transformation. Remember the simple rules. Pay yourself first. Live on less than you make. Automate your good habits. Avoid high-interest debt. These principles will guide you to a future you once only dreamed was possible. This journey is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be setbacks. There will be times you want to quit. But if you hold tight to your why, your reason for wanting financial peace, you will find the strength to keep going. Family, freedom, desire to be generous. You are capable of more than you know. You have the ability to change your family tree forever. Leave a legacy of wisdom and security instead of a legacy of debt and stress.